Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Asad Yaqub here. In this video, I'm going to tell you all about IELTS test pattern 2025 onwards. Okay, the test pattern that they have and what type of audios there are going to be in listening, what to see in reading, what type of topics there are going to be in writing, and what topics are there in speaking module. Okay, if you are new to my channel, consider subscribing. As far as IELTS is concerned, it starts with listening module, and in listening there are 4 parts. In each part there are 10 questions and the level of difficulty increases, like part 1 is here and part 4 is there. Okay, in listening part 1 there's going to be a dialogue on a social situation between two people. Usually one is giving information, one is receiving information, and then there are questions, and the question type is one word and or a number. Very simple, straightforward. Your answer may contain a word, a number, or both. So listening part 1, actually it starts with very basic level where you have to write telephone numbers, spelling of the name and all that. You can always get good bench score there in listening part 1. After that we have listening part 2. Situation is again social, but this time there is only one speaker. Sometimes it is an audio commentary on something, right? Audio commentary about a park, theme park, or anything like that. Otherwise it can be anything like that where one person is talking and you have to listen and answer. In listening part 2, mainly the questions like multiple choice, map, matching, single or double multiple choice, they are very common question types. Okay, so this is IELTS listening part 2, computer delivered as well as paper delivered. When you reach listening part 3, you just, students often get confused when part 3 starts, because in part 3, 2 changes take place. The first thing is the content of part 3, that is educational. Part 1 and 2, they are social. You can easily understand a social situation, but in part 3, all of a sudden, they start discussing something educational. 2 students discussing their project, a tutor and a student, and all that stuff. In listening part 3, there are 10 questions, and these questions are mainly multiple choice, single or double. Along with multiple choice, they have matching type of questions. So these are the common question types in listening part 3. After part 3, we have IELTS listening part 4, and part 4 is also educational, where there is one speaker. That speaker is delivering a lecture. Sometimes a student is delivering a lecture, sometimes an expert is delivering a lecture, and the content is actually, or you can say the topics which they have, which they discuss in listening part 4, these topics are based on science, research, and all that. Once I listen to something about elephant translocation, right? Sometimes they talk about monkeys, sometimes they talk about other animals, right? Sometimes they talk about other planets and all that, right? So as you practice, you can see that. And the question type is one word only, mainly. Otherwise, one word and or a number, and they follow the same pattern in computer delivered as well as in paper delivered IELTS. So this is all about listening, and this pattern is the current latest pattern. It's going on, right? And computer delivered is no more difficult. If you practice a little, you can be fine. Now we move on to reading. In IELTS reading, there are 3 parts, 40 questions, and the level of difficulty, like part 1 is not basic, but you may say basic, then part 2 is intermediate, and part 3 is advanced part in IELTS reading. In reading part 1, there are 13 or 14 questions. Like in one part there are 14 questions, and in 2 parts there are 13 questions. Let me tell you, in academic reading part 1, most of the time questions are true, false, not given, and sentence completion with one word only, one word and or a number, no more than 2 words, and all that. Okay, and the reading passages, they are based on science, research, innovation, studies, or anything like that, and you have to do that. Mainly there are 2 types of questions in reading. One is type A. If the paragraphs are labeled in reading passage, it means they will be type B questions. Type B means questions and their answers are not in order. Okay. Type A means questions and answers in the passage, they are in a sequence. Okay. Once you find one answer, you read on, you find next answer, you read on, you find next answer. So true, false, not given, sentence completion, they are type A questions. In academic reading part 2, there is a long passage, 900 words, right? 7 to 900 words, and there are 13 to 14 questions. And these questions are mainly which paragraph contains the following information. Multiple choice questions, sentence completion, yes, no, not given, or true, false, not given, like that. And in academic reading part 3, there are 13 or 14 questions, and these questions are mainly yes, no, not given, summary completion, and if it is academic, questions like matching the list with scientists and all that. So these questions are very common. For general training, again, there are 40 questions, but the passages are social. In general training reading part 1 and part 2, passages are 2 short passages in each section and they are on social situations. The first 26 questions are only 3 types: sentence completion, true, false, not given, which paragraph contains the following information. In GT reading, 26 questions are simple, straightforward. You can get very good grades there. In part 3, there is a long passage which can be on science, research, innovation, social sciences, or anything, and there are 13 to 14 questions, and these questions can be list of headings, multiple choice questions, yes, no, not given, and summary completion type of questions. So this is the whole pattern of IELTS reading, academic as well as general training. Now, we talk about writing. As far as IELTS writing is concerned, there are 2 tasks. Task 1, 150 words. Task 2, 250 words. For academic and general training, both task 1, task 2. For academic IELTS writing, task 1 is actually report writing, where you have to produce a report of 150 words. For general training writing, task 1, we have letter writing, where you have to write a letter on formal, semi-formal or informal situation. So this letter should be written in 150 words, okay? And for task 2, academic as well as general training, they have to write an essay of minimum 250 words, and these essays are mainly opinion essays, discussion essays, problem solution essays, advantages outweigh drawbacks, positive negative development, such type of essays. So there are 7 items for general training IELTS and 8 items for academic IELTS. Well, for writing module, I have actually compiled this book. This is for academic and this is for general training. These books are available in printed form in Pakistan and in PDF form in Pakistan and all over the world. Like academic book covers all 8 components of academic writing, and general training book covers all 7 components of general training writing. If you want to get the books, our WhatsApp numbers are given. You can just contact us. These books are available at little administrative cost, so we can send you all these books. Now, let's talk about writing. Let me tell you, speaking. Let me tell you, IELTS speaking is a face-to-face interview with the examiner, which will continue for 11 to 13 minutes. It can be on a laptop, like it can be, they call it a remote IELTS speaking. Examiner is sitting in England, you are in Pakistan or Bangladesh or Nepal or Sri Lanka, and you're attending your speaking and all that, okay? Now, in speaking part 1, especially, examiner has a list of 200 topics, and examiner is likely to ask you questions on these topics, 1 or 2 topics from there. In speaking part 1, questions are asked in 5 tenses: present simple, past simple, future simple, present perfect, and present perfect continuous, right? They may ask you 5 to 10 questions in part 1. And you have to answer these questions in 4 to 6 sentences. You may add a couple of sentences more, right? And if your answer is short, examiner will say why not, and all that. In IELTS speaking part 2, We call it cue card, where examiner will give you a topic. Along with the topic, examiner will give you pen and paper, 1 minute time to read the topic and write down some notes. And after 1 minute, you will have to speak on that topic for 1 to 2 minutes. IELTS speaking examiners have 100 plus cue cards, and they reuse these cue cards time and again. What we have done, with the help of our students, we have attained all the topics of speaking part 1, all the cue cards of speaking part 2, along with speaking part 2, and we have compiled all those topics into a book, and this book is available. This book has got these topics, questions with good answers, where there is advanced level vocabulary, high level English, and this can help you achieve good band score. If your present level is at 4, with the help of this book, if you work hard, the buying book will not help you. If you work hard and you improve your English level, you can reach up to 6, 7, or even 8. We have 8 band sample answers in this book. If you want to order this book, you can just contact us on WhatsApp. So in speaking part 3, examiner will ask you some follow-up questions, and these follow-up questions are related to the cue card. There may be 5 questions. One of my students, he got 8.5 band in speaking. His interview is there on my channel, and he was asked only and only like 2 to 3 questions in part 3. And another student of mine, he appeared from Dubai, Khizr, and Khizr was asked more than 20 questions in speaking part 3, and he answered every question with great enthusiasm and excitement, and Khizr got 7 band actually, right? So this is how you need to go on with your speaking test. Once your speaking is over, it's fine. At times, if it is computer delivered, then your speaking will be done the same day. And if it is paper delivered, then your speaking may be done before or after. But as they are going to finish paper delivered, let's just talk about computer delivered. So guys, hopefully this video is gonna help you, right, with your IELTS preparation. And now at least by the end of this video, you are ready. You know what IELTS is. You know the type of tasks and the type of questions and the syllabus for IELTS, and you can prepare all these things. All the best, guys. Thank you so much. I also teach IELTS online all over the world and in campus in Lahore, Pakistan. We offer IELTS test booking service. We offer IELTS single module preparation. We have IELTS books, publication especially. We have study plans for IELTS if you want to get, and we offer PTE online classes as well. So if you want to get any of these things, you can contact me on WhatsApp and I'll get back to you with all the details. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye-bye. Allah Hafiz.